Yes, so in one of the session we talked about how to make use of write system call. So note that you cannot use read system call to read integer, but you definitely can read a character. Correct. Now, if at all I have to make use of these system calls, where can I use them? So definitely I'll be giving you some kind of assignments in respect of it. But before that, let me address one important aspect. Suppose now you might be wondering why always we write main. What if I write mn? Correct. And what if I write mn here? Fine. So let me save this code. What change I made? I replaced main by mn. Correct. And let us go out by saving the code. So let us assemble this code dash a elf32 28 10 ASM. Fine. Now you will see that if I use obj dump, I used one message variable in data section, okay, where I added a particular message to print for, and with respect to section text, now main is replaced by mn now. Fine. And here my code ends. Now if I try to link this code using linker like dash f elf32, sorry, dash m32, and my code name, correct. Now see what it said. What it says, it cannot identify or it cannot find reference given to a main function, which is mandatory. Correct. And like in most of those students from your batch, probably those who used Turbo C, you must have identified some error like this c0s dot obj, undefined function main in c0s dot obj. In this case, c0s dot obj is replaced by this scrt1 dot o, where actually the function underscore start is defined, where inside that underscore start main is called. Fine. Now you may be wondering, while we assembled the code, what is the code that was written, which was copied from the code that we worked out with respect to read system call that day, the write system call. Correct. So if I really do this nasm dash falf32 sauda 01 dot asm, okay, and if I write gcc 01.o dash m32, and if I execute this, so we saw that this could print it, but like I cannot do this for the same file which I copied and I replaced it that main by a function mn. Correct. So ultimately what it means, while you try to link, when it creates an executable, it finds what would be the starting point for the executable code to be written by the user. The code, whatever the code that is written by you, like in that code, it tries to find out main because it is communicated. The system is defined this way that it should find out the main function call. Correct. Now, but like while I assembled the code, there was no error. Now, what exactly that means? Now think about this. Can we make use of more than one file in a code? So let us write one other program. We'll take 1410. Now I will write .asm. Fine. Sorry, not 14. We wanted 28. So we'll write here section dot data. Okay, let us not declare anything here. We will use directly text. We'll write global main. Okay, now the way that I used printf function till date, like if you recall, whenever we used printf function, we used to write extern, correct? So if I write extern mn, let me write this main, say call mn. Let us do this. Okay, I added only this one and let us try assembling this code. Nasm dash elf dash f elf 32 02 dot ASR. So linking time, let us try doing this for linking purpose. Again, you will get this error now. Now that earlier message was main, correct? Now thing changed. Main refers to something called mn, correct? Now if I write this 2801.0, now see there is no error. Now if I execute this, it is showing me the output. Okay, now why it is shown twice and that will work out. We'll find out definitely the cause. But if you carefully see, what I did here is I tried calling a function which is defined in one of the file, and that file was this, where my code was defined. So let us display the contents. This was our code. Here we replaced main by mn. We defined it the way that we used to write the code. We replaced main by mn. We wrote global mn. Okay, so this is what my function name. Mn is my function name. The way that earlier it was main, here I am using some other name. So you can use your name even, like whichever is not instruction, whichever is not a standard keyword or reservoir used by stdlib or standard library on GNU or GCC, you can use either of the name. Correct. Now here, what exactly we did, we gave some name to the function and that name was written here, and we are saying that it is to be used. Now in other code, which we said as 2, we gave call to the function by declaring that function to be externally available. Correct. And then you try to link without linking, if you try to use only this code, it says mn is not found. Correct. That the way that we saw the error, undefined reference to main or mn in main function. Now when we took this one and we tried using GCC, it said undefined reference to main. Now reference is changed. Okay, because you linked two files together, this one and this one. Now if I really see read elf dash s, okay, let us try this. Now see what are the symbol table entries. Correct. Now same thing, if I try writing 02, these are symbol table entries. Now here if you see mn is defined. Correct. This is our own code where mn was defined, which was a global value. And if you see this symbol table, it is undefined. Okay, UND, you can see that undefined. This UND means it is undefined. Correct. Now what exactly it means? While we try linking this code, these two symbol tables should be connected together. And if I try to find now the symbol table which is generated with this a.out. Okay, so let us try to see where mn is. See mn entry, how many times mn is found. So if I write greater than p, let me write less p pipe grep mn. See less p, I am trying to print contents of p, and in that contents I am trying to search mn. So now see how many places that line is occurring, line number 59. So this is now a combined system symbol table. Correct. Combined system symbol table. Now when we executed this, when we wrote this read elf, it is only reading. This UND would be replaced at runtime by defined, because right now we don't have those definitions available. When it runs and loads the library required, dynamic link library, these functions are defined in libc, a libc library. Correct. Which is used internally. You can see that GNU libc library 2.1. Fine. So these functions are defined there. And then it says I cannot find out now because you are not executing code here. You are only trying to list symbol table from a.out. So when I try searching this rather mn, so let me try searching say main. You can see main occurrings. So it says when I said main, it shows me from 3 places. Here with libc, okay, and here it is with a simple main. Now if I write msg, my symbol is also found in the same table. Now what exactly happened here? When we wrote this readelf earlier with 1, this was one symbol table. If I see the second one, this was another symbol table. Both the entries starting at 0. Both the entries starting at 0. So those from MCA and MSc from computer science department can think of this as an assignment for you for practice purpose. What you have to do is, recall you were working for an assembler, implementing an assembler. Can you write a program which will take 2 different data structures of same type defined at different places, and you are trying to combine both of them and going to get a single entry? Now here there are 11 entries, correct? Now if I let me strip it first, and now let me write this a dot out. 5 less. Now how many entries are there? Only 6. Correct. Now because why the 6? Whatever the things which are defined by the user are deleted, got deleted. Now if I want them back, I need to write this gcc command again. And if I write now readelf, I can see how many entries are there. So we have to find this sim tab. There are 71 entries when both the symbol tables are combined. You can see your file names are declared here. This is first file name, this is second file name. There is msg variable we declared, len variable we declared, new line variable we declared, correct? Even let us see, can we get more? Yes, we can see mn there, which is declared by us. We could see, we could find main as well included there. Rest of the things are added by your linker. Okay. Now if we carefully see this, when those both tables are combined, think this to be a structure. Now even you are from MSc Tech, think of this. Think this to be a structure with different types. Okay, they're different, their data types are different. Value would be there, size would be there, type would be there. Okay, now you have same 2 data structures available. Now you are going to combine both of them together. Now when we say we are going to combine both of them together, what exactly I mean by it? So let me explain you. Now think of this. Suppose you have 2 data structures available. So this one is first data structure, the other one is second data structure. Now you are going to combine both of them. Now after combination, if this is first and this is second, what will happen? Let me take these 2 for example. Okay, suppose this is my first data structure, this is my second data structure. Now if I combine both of them, either this will happen or this will happen. Which one should be first? So the entries should be modified in such a way that addresses would be appropriately organized internally. Because if you carefully recall, what we saw was like when I tried listing my first contents of readelf, which was like 1.0, there were say 8 entries, correct? Similarly, when I tried displaying for 2.0, I got 4 entries. Now when it is modified, which one should be picked first? So if you see, we have main here, we have mn here, correct? We could see mn even, but this mn was a call and this mn is a definition. Now if I carefully see this a dot out, what is occurring first? Let us go and check. See, everything which is declared as a variable is added first, correct? Later this mn is occurring. Right? When in data is done, your in data is added. After that, your main is added. So what is happening? First, that 1.0 is shown as a first set of elements, and then 2.0 is added through a symbol table. Can you think of writing some application which will take care of this aspect? How will you implement this scenario? Would be a kind of work for you for practice purpose, which will combine your data structure knowledge. Fine. On the front of, I want a single holder, data holder. Like two files are there, two data structures are there. They should be combined together, concatenated together, so that either you are having 1 2 or 2 1. You decide what you want, whether you want 1 2 or 2 1. But appropriate numbers should change the way that it is shown here. Like for example, when we saw this MN, it is having number 7. With main, it is having number 4, but this was local to this file. This 7 was local to this particular file. But when they are combined in a file which is executable, and if I try to see this, the numbers are changed. So few dummy entries are added initially, which I should not worry right now about. Okay, I should really try to concentrate on this part. 36, entry number 36, entry number 37, entry number 38. In this case, they were MHG, lane, new line were 4, 5, 6. Correct. So try writing this kind of application where you are going to combine two data structures together. You have to make use of either C or Python. That is your choice. Fine. Okay. Treat this as one of the assignment for you for this course as well. Fine. Whoever is done with the assignment, you can mail me on this email ID, piyuscndassign@gmail.com. You can mail to this particular mail ID to me your assignment with subject title to be combining two symbol tables or combining two data structures of same type and getting a single same kind of data structure holding both the entries from first as well as from second. Fine. Is that okay? Any question with this? Understood the assignment? I hope you have understood it. If not, let me know. If you have any query, I can resolve it right now. You can ask in chat box if at all required, or you can unmute yourself and ask me the question. Yes? No questions? Understood the assignment? So now what you can do?
Hello.
Huh?
Yeah, sir, I have a question. For example, if we have data structure A, which starts from A0 to AN, and then we have B starting from B0 to BN,
Okay.
should we do, for example, A0, then B0, then A1, B1, or should it be?
No. A0 to AN, then B0 to BN.
Okay.
Or B0 to BN, then A0 to AN.
A0 to
You
AN.
decide
Okay.
that. You decide that.
Thank you, sir.
But note that their data structure definition is same. You have two different elements of same type. So there is a one structure defined, but you have two instances of that structure. And you are going to combine both the instances together. Fine.
Okay. Yes,
okay.
Sir.
Any other question?
No, sir.
Okay.
Oh, one more question, sir. Related to ADC, there is no link for us to upload the assignment.
Wait. We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Okay, fine.
Any other question with respect to this? Okay. So let me go back here. Like what are the target that I gave? Like what I showed today to you is this one. You can write the system call code like this. Fine. Now when we wrote this, rather, can anybody tell me why output is shown to like different, like two lines, same output is repeated there twice? Any suggestion, or do you think I should make some change in my code? So you can let me know if at all you want me to make some changes in my code. I can do that. Yes, please. How can you remove this problem? Okay, where it is showing you output twice. Why? What might be the reason? Our first file code was this. Okay. And our second code, let me open in another window. This was second code. Now, if you see carefully both the codes, where might be the problem? Why it is showing us twice when we displayed it only once? So those who used Turbo C, maybe they can recall there is something called flush, F flush. Have you heard about F flush? Anybody please?
Yes, sir.
What is flush?
So it removes the, what we say, the starting code, like clear it is. It works like clear function.
Buffer is cleared,
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
Flush everything which is available. So how can we remove that problem? The problem that is shown over here as displaying some line twice. Okay, think over this. How can you remove this? So I'm adding these two files over there. Okay, so let me paste this code so that you can copy that from chat window, and you can copy this code and paste it in your editor. Okay, one of the editor. This is first file and I'm adding second file too. This is my second file. You can take both of these files and try finding out how can we remove the error. Fine. It is pretty easy. Okay. Now the way that I showed you here, what is the difference that we saw? We can write instead of global main some other function too. Suppose you have two files, one file is containing only functions and second file contains only main. That also can be done. Correct. How many globals can be there? Let us try that part now. So let us write CP. Suppose if I write mn pq st, you can do this. This is return instruction, by the way. Correct. The way that you write return statement in C, similarly you can write this return statement. So you write only move ax comma 1, move ebx comma 0, int 0xt. Okay, for this purpose, let me show you one important thing. What I wrote there. What is number one? What is number one? In this case, it is exit, like the most lovable function that is used by most of us many number of times is exit 0. Hai? So how you write exit 0? This way. Move ex comma 1, move ebx comma 0, int 0xat. So it says this is exit system call, move ex comma 1. Ebx holds the first parameter that what we wrote that day. Okay, only parameter for exit system call. That's why we wrote 0 and we wrote 0xat. So this is exit system call. So now suppose if I go back and save this code, fine, and let us try linking. First assemble. You may see here no error. Now if I write obj dump or if I write nm1 nm 2803.o, you should see all names written. Like you will identify this capital T. That means what? In text section, these are the labels defined in code, and this is from data section, and this is a constant value because we wrote EQU, correct, directive. That's why that A symbol is added there. Fine. So now if you carefully see, though we write global separated with different elements. So let me show you the code. We wrote global mn pqst in single file. You can add as many functions as you want. Fine. But if you don't write anything here, if you don't write this rate, ultimately it will continue. Right? It will continue with next line. How exact? That is the reason why we are asked to write these blocks. So some structured programming like C permits you to make use of these curly brackets, correct? Start curly bracket and end curly bracket to communicate that this is one block. Similarly, here, like there was no mechanism in assembly rather earlier, like even right now, to communicate the block. So either you write HLT or RET. HLT means halt, stop. Correct. Return means go back to the original code from where you are given the call. Fine. So this way you can add your functions. Now I'm going to introduce you one important instruction. Okay, let us see this. I will copy this code. CP. By the way, what are the files, what are the names that I used in global? You can give them separate calls. For example, to call PQ, call ST, call MN, like in the second file. Okay, and try that. You can see what exactly happens there. Fine. So let me copy this. I copied it. Let me go to this file. Okay, and we don't want this now. Now what I want is move ECX comma len. With ECX, I'm having len. Fine. Now here I'm writing move EX comma 4. Okay. Move EBX comma 1. ECX is already there. Move EDX comma. Suppose let us take 1 character. Okay. From the length. So rather we should write this, and with ECX we should write the string image, because write system call says what? Length is last element, correct? So I gave length in EDX. Fine. So we'll write int 0xat, and we say move EDX ECX comma EDX. Fine. Decrement ECX. Now I am writing here LP. Decrement. We'll write here loop LP. Fine. Now let us see what it shows us. First, I wrote some code. I used instruction called loop. Fine. So dash f elf 32 2810 dot asm gcc 2810. I assume I wrote main. No, sorry, I thought I wrote this. Sorry, dash m32. Now can you see that? Okay, let us add slash n2 in the code so that we can achieve the goal. Okay, let me first write this code so that I can explain you what exactly I am trying to achieve. MHG1. Okay, we have new line. No? We will take new line. External. NASM GCC. I haven't wrote Poppy, that's why there's a problem. So let me go here and write Poppy. I will explain this code in a while. Let us see the output. Okay. So let us minimize what exactly I did here. Can you see the output? Can somebody tell me what is the output? What output is trying to show us? What output is trying to show us? Can you see the output? Yes. See, from here the output started. So call, then cal, then ca, then c, then space. Okay, then m is gone, then t. What I am trying to show you here. What I did here, I tried printing number of characters, specific number of characters. Okay, now how I achieved this? Let me go back here. Less 28. Can you see that output? Yes, somebody please respond.
Yes, sir.
Can you understand what is happening there?
Yes, sir.
You are limiting number of characters to be printed, correct? We are limiting number of characters to be printed. Now see the code. This is same thing that we declared, correct? Now you concentrate here. Move ECX comma length. I gave length value to ECX. Length is length of this. So let me replace this. Sorry. Okay, we'll replace that string after a while. I'm storing that value to EDX because I want to print that message. EDX should contain length. ECX should contain what is to be printed. EX should contain write system call. EBX should contain where it is to be displayed. So these all four lines are trying to make use of write system call. Rather, okay. Now I'm storing back EDX value to ECX because I want one instruction to be used internally, and I'm printing here new line. This only for printing new line character. Now this loop LP. Okay, now at least you saw the output. I will comment on this. I will add comment to all these 4 lines. So let me add this code here in your what you can call it as chat box so that you can copy it. So this is the code I added. So Maimuna wrote, it's a loop that prints a message and removes one last character in every iteration. Very good. Now how this is controlled? Who is controlling this? Okay, so for that purpose, what I will do is I will go to my code. Fine. Let me open that code in a Max window. Here I'm removing this push and popping for a while. Fine. I want to debug this code. So nasm dash f elf 32 2810 04 .asm gcc dash m. Sorry, we forgot to write this. Dwarf gcc 2810 04 .o dash m32 dash g dash f dwarf. Okay, now let us work out with this VDB. Fine, let us write break main display $ECX EX EX and EX. We are displaying all ones. Fine, started. Now ECX should contain length. Length is 34 characters. EDX is having same value. Now value is changed. Fine. Now see what happened here. ECX is containing what now? ECX is containing address of that string. So if I write x/c $ECX, then it should print T. Correct? Which is this wala T hai. This is the T added here. Correct? If I write +1, then you will see this TH. So if I write +2, then I +3. So actually you are getting this address, correct? Now, when I see this is a string address added with ECX. So now when I execute this, now see this statement. Next statement will be what is ECX contains. Because of this instruction, both the contents are same. Now next instruction to be executed is loop. Now try to see which value is getting changed here among this. Which value got changed? If you compare both, which value got changed?
ECX.
ECX, very good. Now what we did is we are decrementing ECX, okay, and it is automatically checking whether ECX is 0 or not. If it is 0, so suppose if I write display $E flags. So these are the flags, correct? So let us continue this. So let us reach ECX value to be 1, and then we will see what happens. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. See, you can see the character C1 which are displayed. 4. Now THI would be there. THI. Now TH would be there. Correct. Now only T would be there. Now ECX is becoming 1. ECX became 0. Correct. Now see what is happening. Where exactly it is going. Loop LP. Now it should go back earlier. Na? So if I write NI, it came out of the code. Correct. That means what? It is comparing value of ECX. So we have seen here an instruction which is somewhat similar to. Now I will write in that editor the changes what I introduced here. We are using loop internally uses ECX, decrements ECX, compares with 0. If not equal, then jumps to the label added with LP, added with loop instruction. Understood what this loop does? Loop internally uses ECX. Whenever loop get executed, it decrements ECX, compares with 0. If not equal, then jumps to the label added with loop. That means LP, and that's why it goes here whenever it is not there. So this ECX, we are copying this, but like, how can we achieve the same thing? We could have written this like this. For example, I could have written decrement ECX. Okay, again comment CMP ECX comma 0, jump not 0 to LP. These three instructions, decrement, CMP and JNZ are replaced by this loop LP. Understood? By writing a single instruction, you are removing these three different instructions. So which automatically decrements ECX, which we saw, compare ECX with 0. If not 0, then goes to LP. And if it is 0, comes out of it. Correct. So this is use of loop instruction. Don't ever make use of loop as a label. Generally, people do use this like, we write loop LP. People do write this like they write something like this, JMP loop. Okay, they give loop as a label name. It will not create any issue here if you are not using ECX internally, but like it may, for some cases, it may be like two instructions used in one line. What are the code that we wrote till date? We never used two instructions till date, at least two instructions in one line. Here you are using two instructions. It could be JMP, it could be JNZ even. Correct. So try avoiding using loop as a label name. Is that okay? Any question with this loop instruction? I added the text here. I'm adding this in comment 2 so that this is about loop instruction. Fine. Any question? Now, what are the code that you wrote with jump? Some of those codes can be rewritten using loop. You can make use of it, but requirement for loop is what? With jump, with compare, you never had a restriction with respect to what register to use. But whenever you are using loop instruction, you have to always use counter ECX as a counter to hold the control parameter of a loop. Fine. Now the way that I showed you this output, like say, where is Emacs? Yeah. Okay, let me write that new line 1. We wrote it here. Push new line. Call printf, add esp, 4 pop in. Okay, I want you to write a code. Okay, either you can use what you can call as a jump, either of the jump instruction, or you can use. I want you to display this T, then TH, then THI, then THIS, and so on. Output, reverse output. How will you show that? Ankita Goplani.
Sir, there is a question. Can we replace every jump instruction with loop?
No. every instruction cannot be replaced. Why? Because if you are using ECX, ECX, conditional jumps only can be replaced by loop. But again, it depends whether you are using ECX or not.
Okay, sir.
Okay, if your ECX is controlling parameter, fine, then you can make use of loop instruction.
Okay, sir.
अंकिता ध्यान किधर होता है? मैंने थोड़ी देर पहले एक कोड दिखाया था, देखो ये कोड भी देख लो आप, आपको पता चलना चाहिए क्या लिखा है इसमें। नहीं ये नहीं, सॉरी कौन सा था वो, वन, या ये देखो यहाँ पर 4 क्यों लिखा है? ये सिस्टम कॉल नंबर है, 4 मतलब राइट सिस्टम कॉल है, एक मतलब ये std आउट है, ठीक है, ये मतलब आपको स्ट्रिंग प्रिंट करनी है, ये मतलब इसकी लेंथ है। मैंने लास्ट टाइम भी बोला था इसके बारे में। ओके, एनी अदर क्वेश्चन? ये समझ में आ गया लूप? आपको अभी इसका उल्टा करना है टोटली, मतलब एक कैरेक्टर आना चाहिए, अभी लूप नहीं यूज करना पड़ेगा, करेक्ट? आपको कोई दूसरा कैरेक्टर दूसरा इंस्ट्रक्शन, जंप और कंपेयर इंस्ट्रक्शन यूज करना पड़ेगा। ECX क्या करेगा, वो हमेशा 0 तक लेता जाएगा लूप इंस्ट्रक्शन। हमें लूप नहीं यूज करना है, अभी उसका रिवर्स आउटपुट, मतलब एक कैरेक्टर दिखाओ, अभी 2 कैरेक्टर दिखाओ, फिर 3 कैरेक्टर दिखाओ, ऐसे करना है, ठीक है? अभी हम क्या करेंगे, वी विल राइट अ कोड। ओके, एनी क्वेश्चन फॉर दिस अदर? हैव यू अंडरस्टूड द टास्क दैट आई गेव यू? I want to display first T, then TH, then THI, then THIS. ये जो ऐसे उल्टा है ना यहाँ से, like from top it came to a single character. I want from single character to all remaining characters which are shown up. Okay, output should be different. Like for example, let me scroll up a bit. You can see here call, then cal, then like I want a reverse output of this. Reverse, I mean to say one character to, you should be able to control the number of characters. Okay, fine. So let me go back to this code. We will take 5. Okay, 28.10.05.asm. Now how can I print reverse of this? Suppose my string, we will take small thing. Suppose this is the code we wrote, same code I am taking. This was for you. I made that string to be very small so that one can see whole output in one screen. Now see the output. Okay, I want this reverse. First L, then LO, then LOW, then LOW space, then LOW space L, then LOW space LE, then V, then E, then L, again space, then P, and so on. Here that 0 was counted, that's why it is the case. I want reverse of this, so I want first G, then GN, then GNI, then GNIM, then GNIMM, and so on. How to do that? How can we print the characters in a reverse manner? What we need to do now, let us try to write first a code which is strcpy. Fine, how to write this code? Okay, are you with me? We have taken this 5, na? Yeah. Now this is a code available with me. I will delete everything. I want to write a code, okay, which will create. I will write section dot bss. I am declaring a variable new MSG. I want to write my own function as strcpy. Okay, and it should copy the whole string which is available there with the length. What is the length this MSG is having? I want same string to be printed by it, and I will use printf there. Fine. Now how can we do this? So let us first give address of this move ex comma msg, and second string I want to use into ebx. So what is that? New msg. I want to read character by character, and I will say move ecx comma length. I'm using loop here. Nah? I want to copy one character at a time, and I want to add I want to copy from ex and want to copy to ebx. I will read a character from this string, first string. I will copy it here, and length should be same. Let us try to achieve the goal. What is to be done? So let me write this. Now you will. Can somebody tell me what I am trying to write? What is this AL, by the way? Sorry, I should take DL because we already used XOR EDX comma EDX. DL याद है? DL क्या था? We saw EDX to be 32-bit, okay, DX to be 16-bit, DH and DL to be 8-bit register. Now we are reading a character, correct? Character requires a byte, that means 8 bits. So I am trying to pick a character from this address and copying with DL. Fine. Now I am storing this character to EBX address, okay, like this. I am incrementing EX, I am incrementing EBX, and I am using loop LP, and where the LP would be? LP would be added here. Fine. I will show you line by line what exactly we are trying to achieve. Then we will say move EX, I will use write system call, move EX comma 4, move EBX comma 1, move ECX comma your new line, and move EDX comma len int 0x80. Now let us see whether can we print this message. Awesome. I will explain that code. Please wait. GCC -m32 2810 05.0. Can you see low level program? Actually, it should have taken whole thing. We have to work out. There is something happening definitely. Where exactly the problem is? Let us try to find out the solution. Okay, now you will understand debugging even here in a greater manner. Dwarf -g -f_dwarf gdb./a.out. Okay, now let us display ECX. Display we will take /c with $edx. Sorry, I wrote %. $edx. Breakpoint main run. EBX is containing something. ECX is containing length. Low level programming. So length should be some say 22 characters with 0 considered there. EDX became 0. Now we are moving a character. See, first character is copied from this address. So if I try printing this x/c $EAX, it contains L. And if I talk about BX, there is nothing. Okay, because new MSG doesn't contain any value. Fine. Now we are copying like this statement would be executed now. If I write NI, and now if I try to print this EBX, you will see that L is copied. Can you see that? Because of this statement. What we did was we copied to DL first a character at the address represented by EX. And then we are taking that character and storing that character to address represented by EBX as a character. Okay, and then we are incrementing EX and I. If I try displaying EX, which is next character, low. Okay, now let me write NI, increment EBX. If I try to display EBX, there is again 0 because second character is not copied. Fine. Let us try to see what happens with ECX. ECX became 21 because of loop instruction, automatically decremented. Again EDX is XORed. Again next character is copied, O is copied back, EX is incremented, EBX is incremented, 21 will become now 20. Correct? And go on. Low, LOW, now space, now next low level ka L, then E, then V, then E, then L, लो लेवल हो गया, स्पेस आएगा फिर से स्पेस, नाउ प्रोग्रामिंग का P, PROGRAMMING, again MING, and then so if I try printing this EDX, EX, okay, now character is 0, so it is picking 0 character there because it is over now, because last character we are with last character because length is 1, so EX next character to be this. So if I go with copying it, increment ECX, increment EDX, and ECX, it became 0, that's why it came out and it is printing the string. Fine. Now why, like what exactly happened there with respect to our string when we printed it? Okay, so let us go back to our code now. Can anybody explain this code to me? Let me write this new MSG. NASM GCC. Now you can see my whole string got printed, low level programming. So this is my string copy code. See the code and try to understand it. So we don't want this now. I have section.data where I am declaring source string as MSG. I took its length using EQ directive. Okay, I have written new line which I am not using, so let us not take this. Simplify our code. I took section.bss. Here this MSG is a declared value, defined, and this is undefined, uninitialized value, new MSG. I defined its size as reserved same number of bytes as MSG. So MSG had number of bytes to be len. I am reserving same number of bytes for new MSG. Fine. Then I started with this. I took EX as source string. So I will use here source string. This would be what? Destination string. This is what? len GTA length of the string. Here we are taking this as a character to hold from that address. So we are reading the character, reading char from address and storing in DL, which is 8-bit register. Okay, now if I don't write this byte, it will give me error, size mismatch, because EX is 32-bit, DL is 8-bit. That's why I specifically, you must have heard about something called as typecasting. Have you? So this typecasting helps us to, this kind of typecasting can be used there to help us to, which helps us to pass the values. So DL is storing the character, then with the address represented by EBX, here we are copying the contents, we are increment both the addresses, then we are in, decrement would be happening with loop. If you can write same thing by writing jump instruction as well, but you have to decrement ECX, then compare ECX, and then jump to the label. So instead of it, I used loop instruction. Understood the string copy? Yes, please. Have you
Yes, sir.
understood the string copy? Simple, hai? Okay. Hopefully it is simple. Okay. Now let me. I will add these both the files there. Don't worry. So let me copy this code and let me show you how can you achieve reverse. Now where is EX now? What EX is pointing to? EX is pointing to address of source string. वो यहाँ पर है. It is here. Can we directly jump over here? What to do for that purpose? We'll write this. See here, what I'm writing. I'm writing this reverse code. EX comma len. So length was 32, correct? नहीं कितना था वो? Let us count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and this 22. Now what I want, okay, let me do this. Let me decrement EAX because otherwise it will copy 0. I don't want that. Fine. And then I'm simply making a change here. Instead of increment, I'm writing decrement. Okay, and let us try seeing what happens there. I will show that code again. This is 6. This is 6. Can you see reverse string? Can you see reverse string now? Yes, please.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How we achieved that? Now let me show you what exactly I did there. I will debug this code so that it will help you out to understand. I will write display $EAX. Okay. Display $EBX. Okay, and display /C $EDX. /C means print a character represented by address EDX. Fine. Breakpoint main. Okay, run. Now see what we did first. We took address of EX. So if I write x/s, let us try this. So it shows me the string x/s. It shows me the string. If I write x/c, it shows me only one character. Fine. Now what we are doing? What is EX value? By the way, EX is containing this 1448448008. What was value of len? We counted something as 20, 21, 22, something like this, correct? Now see how much change is there with this EX value because we are writing this add EX comma length. So we are taking this pointer start address to the end. Okay. So if I write ni, see what is the value added there. So I think it is 22. So you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 0, 22. So that's why this was added. Now if I try to print this, it shows 0. Correct? If I try to print string, nothing can be shown because EX is not showing anything. Correct, because EX is pointing to a value after 0. Because we already added that address. So let us decrement this EX. Now it is pointing to this G. Okay, now if I write x/c, what is happening? We decremented EX. Okay, good. What is happening? It is showing still me the character there with EX. Okay, let us go over here. ECX, copy this XOR. From that address, if I pick now, copy to DL, then decrement EX. If I again C, next character is G, and so on. So it is going to display me the string completely in a reverse manner with the right system call. So you can see that it is getting decremented and it should come till 8. Yeah? So programming started now. Low level, LEVEL, E आएगा अभी AE, then L, low level, L, done. LOW था.